Apareon.
Wow. So I should pick up. There we go.
There you are. This is Q&A 4.
Kind of weird to think that we've already done 3 of these.
Right.
I thought it would have only been 1 by this point.
Mm-hmm.
Let me finish up this that I was typing. So I want other people in other Discords to be aware that we're doing this.
Mm-hmm. All good. I see your first comment there.
I had to sneak it in.
3 minutes ahead of when we started.
I know, right?
Uh-huh.
I just figured, that chat's already open anyway, so I might as well
Fair
just
enough.
throw something in there.
All good, Ice.
All right. Let that simmer.
Let's let it simmer.
Slow cook. Hey, look, man, you can join this stage before it actually starts up, so everybody had the chance.
Oh yeah. You just sit and wait.
Yeah, then you get to listen to lovely elevator music.
You can actually mute that too, though.
I know, but I actually kind of like it in a weird way.
Oh,
So,
facts about Paragon we didn't know.
weird. I like odd elevator music.
And nothing wrong with that. Plus, Discords isn't like the classic elevator music. It's
Oh
more of
yeah, thank goodness.
a more modern, upbeat sort of thing. Hi, Cass. I see you.
Oh, that pill did not want to go down. Oh,
Huh. Oh,
whew. Bad idea to mix mint gum and water. Whew.
yeah. Yeah.
That was
You get,
cold.
you get that extra spicy.
I do. Good. How about you, Casper?
Hmm.
Oh, before we really get going, Eighth, if any dev members try to get up on the stage and talk and whatnot, we're gonna shoo them back down to the audience.
Alright.
It's just gonna be you and me up here.
Mm-hmm. Try not to, like, hurt yourself again, Cass. No, no, you cannot. Let me actually do a thing real quick.
All right. Well, now it's a waiting game to see if we can get some people that'll actually come on and ask valuable questions.
Yes. No, Smokey, how are you this morning?
You
Fair
beat
enough.
me up. Feel that?
Oh, there's True Stone.
True.
Look, man.
Truby here.
Oh, excuse me.
They actually have one early enough that they can join. It's not sleeping time.
Yes. You guys, it's true without the E.
TRU. Actually, I have a question for you, True. Is it Trust One or True Stone? Because I've been saying True Stone this whole time.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
So
yeah,
we've
I
been
was
saying it
right.
right. Alright.
Woo!
Because somebody brought that up, what was it, in one of our meetings, that it wasn't True Stone, it was Trust One. Like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I remember that and I was kind of like, I'm not sure. Hmm,
All good.
very good. I've been seeing you've been streaming just about every day, which is nice.
Wow,
That's
Ice.
actually a shocker, Ice. I mispronounce everyone's name. In
It's
fact,
also
whenever I first met Casper, I wanted to always say Carspar for some reason.
Carspar.
Carspar. And don't even like, okay. The second part of Casper's name, I can't even pronounce it. Like, I just give up.
But Herdrick?
Yes, she and you will like say that all the time, and I'm like, I just can't get it through my brain that that's how it's pronounced.
Apparently just like Herder. uh,
So yeah, I have an interesting time with names.
you do.
Hmm. Ah,
Hmm.
yes, you got to be careful with the spicy word.
Yes. True. It is the first day of October, so happy spooky season, everybody.
Let the pumpkin spice flow through you.
It already started.
Yeah, I can imagine it with you.
I haven't had any yet, but I'm just saying it's already been like out here.
I haven't had any either. I really need to get some.
Hmm.
Except over here, one of our local coffee places calls it, they don't call it pumpkin spice. It's like autumn spices or like pumpkin pie sometimes is what they'll call it.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, they do that. It's it gets earlier and earlier every year. So I'm sitting here like, no, we have two more holidays before Christmas. Put your stuff away until December.
maybe we should do that with like Wake if we have events. Just
Hmm.
put them out earlier and earlier.
Like months out.
Yeah.
I remember, Cass. I remember. uh,
It would drive everyone nuts. It'd be
mm,
great because I love spreading chaos like that.
yes. Let's sow the seeds of chaos. Gimme.
It's gonna be like June, and we're gonna put out like the October spooky season stuff.
Get back at all the. Uh, sorry, Cass' comment distracted me for a second because I was like, wait a minute. Alright, Cass.
I played Monster Hunter for too long. I saw PP as Puka Puka.
Yeah, so did I. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page with that one.
uh, I need to play more Monster Hunter. Not that I don't already with the new mobile game that came out recently. Uh-huh. Doing alright. How is you?
I'm doing good as well. I'm just waiting for
People to come
people
in.
to ask me questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's the grilling session, but so far it's really, really light.
Mm-hmm.
7K today. Nice. I just realized the second part of your comment, though.
You,
Yeah, I'd probably feel like that after that, too.
yeah. Because you get to ask Apareon things about Wake that he's able to answer.
Hmm.
So it's a grilling session.
I could be funny with that answer, Casper. I could say, just look at our FAQ and you'll see what's in the demo. Um, No, right now it's just Hollowbeak, and can't say much more than that because we're waiting on a couple of things to fall in place. So we'll have to wait and see. It might actually have a second creature in there, though,
I should
but
said
y'all
more
didn't
like,
hear that
what
from me.
can you do?
Well,
Well,
you'll be able to hunt things. You'll be able to track things because our scent mechanic is working. Shocker.
nice.
Um, you'll be able to barf on things. You know, not much more I can say, honestly. And
Awesome.
also, ice. The might is still a might. It's not a most likely will. We don't know yet. Not a clue.
We're working on things. They're getting there.
I will not promise anything that, can't be issued.
Yeah, understandable. Also, welcome in, Frank.
Welcome.
And hi, Jay.
Oh, Jay's here too.
Yes. People are slowly starting to trickle in now.
It's usually how it goes. It's like 30 minutes in, people actually start showing up.
I see that magician in your name, sir.
That's very accurate, honestly. Frank works a lot of magic.
Mm-hmm. How
Yeah, Miracle
many?
Worker would also be accurate.
How many carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores are in the game?
Well, by
Well,
what I've charted out, actually, let me go grab that sheet and I'll be able to accurately tell you. I'm on silent. Yep, it's me.
it me, Apareon.
All right, let's see. How many we got? I'm gonna have to do this from the big sheet. Actually, do I have the other one? Here, let me pull out the piece of paper and start totaling this so I can give you an accurate number. Oh, that pad is actually out of paper. Okay.
Hmm.
Here are my new pad. Got to tear a fresh pad of paper just for this. These are colored.
Oh boy. Are they like sticky notes? Or actual pads of paper?
It's actual like notepad paper, but it is like the typical colored sticky note colors. So
Oh.
like the pinkish red, blue, and green.
I see, I see.
Ugh. All right, let's see. Grab this one and a pen. All right. Omnivore. Yeah, thanks. It's like 50 creatures I have to go through.
Alright, while we're waiting for that, will there be any friendly fire for creatures that are in your group?
Yes. Don't hit your friends. Also, I am counting any creature that doesn't have to kill another player as a herbivore, and any creatures that would have to either kill a player to get food or, just scavenge food out in the wild, those are carnivore, and those that do both are omnivores. So the count may be a little bit weird if you see it later and you go, well, that thing can eat fish, so technically it's an omnivore. So just keep that in mind. Don't know yet, but I'm gonna guess. All right, that's the first page. Four more pages to go.
Oh boy.
So far, herbivores and omnivores are tied.
Oh.
Technically, that one, I think. All right, next page. Omnivore is pulled out ahead of everything. Oh my gosh, you did trigonometry? Ugh. All right, page 3. I'm pretty sure this is pretty much going to be all. Yeah, this is all herbivore.
Excuse me.
Did that one get changed though? Nope, it surely did not. All right, well, how many is that? 10?
I don't know. I can see what you're writing down.
8, 9, 10. Oof.
I asked if you like statistics, Aparion.
Oh, I love statistics. Like, give me a range and like what we need to figure out and like what is the pattern with everything. I will find it for you.
Well, there you go.
Just don't give me any hard math like Gene. I can't do that.
I said he'll give you his exam and you can do it for him.
Oh, you mean like proper statistics? No, I hate that. But real
Aw.
world statistics, yeah, I'm fine with that. Like y'all should have seen my spreadsheet and Word documents whenever I was compiling information for like crowdfunding, what people like, what people don't like. It was a huge thing. I went and scoured over like 20 plus different crowdfunding campaigns to see what worked, what didn't. You know, looked at the ones that failed, looked at the ones that succeeded, tried to figure out like, well, what's the same between the two of them, what's different, what sets this one apart. I love fun stuff like that. And you know, Jay, you should have taken it, you would have made a killing.
Mhm.
All right, let's see. One, two, three, four, five. Forget, did I count that as an omnivore? Mm, hmm. I'll count it. One, two, three, four, five. No. Okay, so two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. And then I believe the rest are one, two. So far, I still have one more page to go, but herbivores and omnivores, they outnumber carnivores pretty much 2 to 1. And I know because this last page, what it is, that that number is going to get even larger. Well, and here's the thing that not a lot of games do. A lot of other games, you will have straight up carnivores and herbivores, and they try and make the number equal. But with this, yeah, we're doing a more natural blend where the things that are pure carnivores, like literally, you will have to kill players or find dead spawned bodies, those should be less than everything else because we're trying to create an actual ecosystem, not just hey, this is a free for all arena. Good luck, everyone. All right, let me total this one. But it gives people a chance where, for example, the omnivores. Technically, the omnivores are going to outnumber the herbivores by just a little bit, but that's more so because these guys they have the ability to eat other things to keep themselves going beyond just killing another player.
Which one was your last question, Cass? Was it the friendly fire?
Two, three, four.
Yes, Apareon said yes, there will be friendly fire.
Five, six. Okay. Ugh, got the numbers.
So did you just pop something?
That was a pin. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
I wish it was my back, but no, that's a pin. All right, so we got Carnivores, like strict, you eat carrion and probably have to kill other players. 7. Omnivores, you have 21. So that's things that could theoretically eat both carrion and the other AI spawn things. There are probably a couple thrown in there, just like fish and, you know, vegetation. Then you have herbivores. So in there is a mixture of things that can eat like shellfish, fish, vegetation, insects, etc. Just the things that like you wouldn't have to kill another player in order to eat. That is 24. So herbivores outnumber everything, which is how it's supposed to be.
All right, and then Cass also asks, "What's your favorite part about game development?"
Fair part of game development. Seeing the community excited for things that we're making, honestly. It's the best part. Is seeing people getting excited about what's to come and liking what they're hearing. It's a big part of it for me.
I think that one was answered in the last Q&A we did, but we'll answer it in video form.
Did you say Spike, Jay?
Uh,
Oh, wow.
exactly true. Um, Cass
All right.
asked, "What inspired Wake?"
What inspired Wake? No. The primary reason was not spite. Somewhat thrown in there, but not not completely spite. The real reason why Wake Pandora came into being is that a lot of dinosaur games, I've
Mhm.
played pretty much all of them. And while I like them and enjoy them, they just don't go in a direction that we actually, or that I actually wanted to play or wanted the games to go. Like, for example, I'm not going to mention any names because actually, now that I am in the know of being a game developer and knowing that there are tons of other games out there, this seems to be a common trend is taking a dinosaur game and adding humans to it constantly, and there are playable humans that are in the game, and saying that that's what the game is about and that's what it's supposed to be. Several games in development are doing it now, and that's just not a direction I wanted things to go in because personally, I am more into just creatures being in a game, not playing as humans because we kind of do that on a daily basis. Who wants to really do that in a video game?
Right. There's also other video games out there that have human playables that
Yeah,
aren't dinosaur games that we also play.
exactly. And those games are centered around you being a human. It's not
Hmm.
you get both at the same time. Yeah. Like, if the point of the game is to be a human and to have X experience, that's a whole other thing. Like, just to be clear on the internet, as far as what I'm saying, is the games that try and do, well, we're going to have a realistic dinosaur survival experience. But hey, also at the same exact time, we're going to create a human survival experience. And the two experiences do not mesh together. They're essentially, when you look at it, two completely different experiences that the game developers are going to have to program. Which, at that point, I wish them the best of luck because it will be a lot of work to do. Um, but that just wasn't for me. So Wake of Pandora was born from that and going, well, you know what? I kind of like this and this and this, and then just taking multiple ideas from multiple games and fusing them together. There's also a lot of influence from some other games that are outside of the dinosaur survival genre. Games like Warframe, for example. Actually, I'm not going to say what part of the game is influenced by that, but Warframe was a slight influence, which is interesting because Warframe is a completely different game from Wake.
Yeah.
Um, couple other inspirations like Monster Hunter, for example, and that is a great GIF. I'm actually saving that GIF. I don't know how Jay finds these things. Always the best. Um,
The great.
but yeah, it's not just it wasn't just the dinosaur survival genre that inspired Wake of Pandora. I'll just leave it at that.
There we have it. Let's see if I missed any questions. I don't think so. I think a lot of us have taken the GIF, and we're just gonna run with it.
Oh man.
Yes, it is too late. It is ours now.
No, I believe you're recording, right, A?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I did want to put something on the record, just officially,
Oh.
because I've seen this question come up several times in other Discords, but nobody's asked it in here.
Welcome
Um,
back.
Several people have wondered outside of the Discord why for Wake of Pandora you don't see a lot of the actual games development being shown versus like creature concepts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because a lot of people as well, they're comparing like Wake of Pandora to other dinosaur survival genre games. And just gonna say this out front, the other dinosaur survival games, they have kind of the edge over us because they have dinosaurs that
Mm-hmm.
existed, that we know what they looked like. So they don't have to design something from the ground up. So for us, the reason why it's taking so long with designs and everything is because we literally are having to create 50 creatures from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how hard that is? But yes, ours is set in the future as well, which is
Mm-hmm.
another influencing factor to it. But that question kept coming up where it's like, well, why for Wake of Pandora do you not see a lot of gameplay? And that's because, number one, we are working on the gameplay in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But the game development point, when you look at game development, you guys technically for Wake of Pandora are seeing things very early. Normally,
Oh
by the
yeah.
time that you see a game of any professional level, like a Discord, and you join it and you see their development and whatnot, they already have the concepting piece of it done. Like it's completed for them. They have the basic outline of what they want to do. They have all the creatures that they want to have in, anything like that. For us, we're having to create it from the ground up, and rather than making everyone wait literally years for us to finally finish concepts, we're letting people in midway.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to explain that because that seemed like something that kept popping up in other communities was why isn't Wake of Pandora more on the side of like doing development, whereas they see a lot of like concepts coming out of Wake of Pandora. So wanted to clear that up.
Yeah. Sorry, Jay's comment tickled a funny bone a little bit. Just slapping dinosaurs in the game willy nilly.
That does happen to some.
Mm-hmm. All right. Truestone says, not sure if this has been asked before. Will players be able to get insight of the history of Pandora's world through discoveries and exploration?
Yes, actually. That's the main way that we want you to discover the story about the history of the Wake world. It's because we don't want to do the whole human playable thing, so we've got to
Mm-hmm.
figure out some way to get the story in, which will be mostly through like audio logs and text and whatnot.
10,000 hours. Here I come.
Yep. Actually, I can talk more on this now because I did have a lovely conversation with our level designer. Um, there will likely be specific areas on the map where they're going to be more downtime and chill sort of areas, and in those areas is usually where you will find the little bits of lore. So you have been forewarned. Seem like you're excited about that, True.
Very. Oh, so do I. Exploration over combat any day.
Yep.
Which is why you see me play more like um, the more relaxing games. Although I do enjoy Monster Hunter, but there's also exploration in that too. So you get a little bit of both.
You know, true. You say that you enjoy playing Oro because you get to explore more than do combat, but I don't know. Oro is kind of stressful, man. You have to worry about everything trying to kill you.
Oh, I'm the same way, Ice. Sometimes you just gotta be more cautious than not in certain games.
I like being kind of the observant type. Like, for example, if there's a game that has like a flyer, I will play the flyer and
Hmm.
I will just sit on a ledge and just watch people as they do things. Like, I will not harass them or anything. I'll just sit and watch. Break records. Whew. I do not know how you do that, True.
Very carefully.
Yeah.
Phew.
Yes. Smokey, I will watch all of your antics from above.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime you bully Nooks, I'm gonna come down for you.
Oh, oh, get called out.
If it happens the
Rats.
other way, though, I won't do anything.
Oh, wow.
I do play favorites.
It's true.
See, but here's the other thing you have to take into account too. Smokey and we are friends on things like TikTok. I'm not
Hmm.
friends with Nooks on things like TikTok. So, you know, who truly am I picking the side of?
True. True. Smokey is a bully. Agreed. Confirmed.
Wow. All right, let's not turn this into a roast Smokey session.
uh, that's right. They'll get to roast us later.
I love how it's like a Apareon grilling session, and instead it's Grill Smokey. Kind of
Yes.
ironic given that their name is Smokey, but
Hmm. Well, it's spooky right now because it's spooky season.
true. So then, does that mean, truthfully, that their name is Stones? Because the Smokey changed to Spoopy. So,
True. We don't ever see the stones change.
no, the Stones are always constant.
Hmm.
Maybe that's because it's the cornerstone of her username.
Oh, how I wish you could play soundboards on this. Well, that's Arctic.
Thank you, True. Thank you. Are we going for 2 hours?
Um, I guess it depends on how people come in.
Yeah.
Because, Truestone says, I think I'm going to ask one more map related question. Will there be environmental hazards to be aware of on the map? I believe we released something on that, didn't we?
We did. Now, are you talking about like the demo map or like finished game sort of map? Because that's two different answers.
Finished map.
Finished map, yes. That is what we will have.
Hmm.
Be things like so just possibilities because we don't really have anything planned out, but like tar pits, possibly like dangerous plants you can encounter, things like that.
Hmm.
Yes, our lovely media manager there has the post.
Yes, there you go. Bees. For those watching this later, just pause the video and there you go. Or you can check out the social media too, because we post everything over there on Twitter, Instagram. And am I forgetting one, or are we good?
Those are the only two that we have right now.
True.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, I could throw the Ko-fi link in the chat too, just to, to further promote. If you want to donate, there you go.
Sponsored by you guys.
Yes, it's also in the main information of the Discord, I believe.
Yeah, it's under let me look at the actual
Jay. She's
yeah, main
sponsored by
information.
Raid Shadow Legends.
No, no, we are not. Could you imagine that?
Good
A
lord.
sponsorship for another game in a Q&A.
That would be interesting, though. Uh,
I mean, that did actually kind of happen recently on one of the live streams that I watched for another game's development, but
oh?
yeah, I won't get into that.
Well, True Stone said we'll be opening Pandora's box with that one.
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Iceless comment.
Uh,
It's great.
you're saying this of our free will and own accord.
Yes, we are. Smokey stole Jay. Take your toes.
I wondered why that shipment box was so big.
Jay said, "Yay, Texas!"
You're awfully quiet around here lately. I wish some of our people were here that usually ask about like the creatures and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure we asked this last live stream, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask, which is your favorite creature, Apareon?
Oh, that's actually a good question because we've completed a lot more creatures since then, so
Oh
I
yeah.
have more to pick from. Um, even out of the new ones. Last time I only answered off of the stuff that was actually released, but I'm gonna go outside of that today.
Woohoo!
I'll just have to use your imagination.
Y'all get to see it eventually, just not right now.
Yeah.
We're still working on things in the background.
Hmm. This is a tough one, actually.
Oh?
Yeah, Casper's done some really good designs recently. Um. Oh wait, no, we're redoing that one. I can't count that
The
one.
Mohawk Shrimp Lad, Smokey? What are you talking about? You talking about the Cone Claw? Oh,
Pistol Horn.
no, no, no. The one from the video I just released? The Acropluma?
Oh, Mohawk Shrimp Lad. What? It was not a
I was like,
shrimp.
what?
Yeah, no, Smokey, you're talking about the Pistol Horn. This guy. Hold on, I can grab the image. Oh wait, you know what? I think the image actually has the old text on it, so no, I can't grab the image. I do not want to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have text on it though? Hold on. Let me look at it. Wait, let me get to art, old concepts. Where is Pistol Horn? Did I not? Did I just delete it?
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Well, I
Maybe I
forgot.
kept it in the folder? Question
Maybe.
mark?
Sorry, I
Alright.
forgot to turn on streamer mode, so I'm getting notifications through this. I'm just like,
Oh, whoops. Oh,
whoopsie.
yeah. That has the forbidden text on it, so I can't show it.
Oh, she was talking about the acid plume anyways.
Oh, yeah, that's Acid Blue.
Yeah, I had the name wrong this entire time. Eighth brand go herder. Oh, so I had it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the original submission by Master of None, the wonderful person that they are, it was named Acropluma. So that name has just been used all the way up until we finished the design, and then I gave it the more official Wake name.
Gotcha. The creature formerly known as Acroflume.
Yep, pretty much. Which actually, speaking of, I believe that we only have one more creature that needs to be designed that was submitted by Master of None, and then their little collection of creatures will be complete.
Oh, nice. Alright, I asked, how do you make the official names like Pandora official names? And
So you're talking
Jay,
about names like Pistol Horn, for example, right? Yeah.
yeah, Jay clarified common names or scientific names.
Yeah, scientific ones are all arch, and I can
Both.
imagine that kind of get where those are made. It used to be the scientific names that we had. They used to be just me throwing Latin, Greek, sometimes Japanese was in there, other languages as well. But those were back when I was doing it. Now that Arch has taken over, it's all just Latin or Greek, like you have with regular uh, scientific names for creatures. The common names, though, that's all me. And I will either take a creature's like most defining feature and use that for the name, or I will take like their ability. Usually the abilities woven into them, but the part that you have, because it's always the pattern is usually like the descriptor and then an item from them. So like Echo Tooth, Ripple Beak, um, Acid Plume. So it's stuff that describes the one body feature. And all of them follow that pattern except for the ones that are named more after like mythological stuff, like Fractalisk, which is obviously fractal and a basilisk fused together.
Mhm.
Things like that. Umbrus will be changed eventually.
Also, hello, Nooks. Welcome to the stream. Why are you
Next,
biting me, sir?
we were talking about you earlier.
We were, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
I was saying that if Smokey was bullying you in game and I saw it, I would come to your defense.
Yay. Ow.
Oh, I know she will.
You got a Apareon, the eyes in the sky.
But anyway, yeah, that's how you make the names for Wake of Pandora creatures.
I had a thought just now, Apareon.
Yes.
So, for the people that don't want to read, like the main premise and stuff, can you give like a short rundown while we wait for more
Short
questions?
rundown
Mm-hmm.
of the whole premise of the game.
Not the whole thing. You do like part of it.
Let's see. So, Wake of Pandora is a hybrid creature survival game. It is a game where you spawn in as a creature, and your job is to go from a small tier 0 creature and work your way up the food chain until you are an apex. At that point, you can either stay as apex or you can start the cycle all over again.
And the Apex tier 4s, right?
Correct.
Yee.
And along the way, your choices will lead you to creatures that are specific classes. Those classes are Reticent, Dread, Survivalist, and Inexorable. For each class, they have their own specialties, and their abilities will line up with what their specialties are supposed to be. So, for example, Inexorables are supposed to be close combat specialists, so all their abilities focus on some aspect of close combat. Then you have reticents, which are long range specialists. Their abilities focus on long ranged attacks and skills. Then you have dreads, which are supposed to be kind of a stealth status sort of class, kind of a mixture of both. So you'll have them doing things like that. And then survivalists are out of this rock, paper, scissors game. They're kind of the middle one that can go up against any because survivalists can have abilities from any of the other three classes, and they have kind of their own little niche. So that's basically the whole premise of the game.
Could you say anything about like the single player or multiplayer modes?
Yes, so with Pandora, we are developing what will be the multiplayer mode of the game first. We want to get that down so people can experience multiplayer together and have a fun time with their friends and with others that they may meet along the way. Then, once we've reached a solid point with the multiplayer, we will swap over to also developing the single player version of the game, which will go through more of the story. Uh, with Wake of Pandora's setting, the events that happened that led up to the multiplayer will be reviewed with the single player. Hit me with the next one.
I'm thinking. Let's see. Ice. So in essence, we get to watch Smokey harass Nooks before anything can happen in the game.
No, we get to relive that one message of how they met.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah. You could just watch it on repeat. See the cringe and nooks. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that.
All right, y'all need to help me out a little bit. I'm running out of questions.
Hey, it's not that easy. I have lots of things that I could just talk about, but I don't want to just talk about them because they might not be things that people want to hear about.
Well, I mean, if people are really interested in the game, they probably want to know the story too.
Story of Wake of Pandora. Well, we
Mm-hmm.
do have a question. What happened to the Monstrums? Do you mean before or after the events of the single player?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, great. Okay. Long-winded answer. Here we come.
Here we go. All right, Ice.
All right. So, Wake of Pandora. Within Wake of Pandora, there are five creatures called the Monstrums. They are a group of creatures that were created by one of the lead scientists, Dr. Soredia, and they were created for a very specific purpose. I can't remember if that purpose was ever publicly revealed, so I won't really say anything about that. But in their creation, kind of released, okay. Um, Essentially, they're hybrids of both humans and extinct creatures, so they're kind of messed up. They have gone through a lot. They've been experimented on. They're a mess. When the events of Wake Pandora happened, when all the creatures got released from Pandora's box on the different locations, the Monstrums were also a set of creatures that was released, or that were released. And when they were released in the single player, it is your job to confront them because they are throwing the ecosystems way out of balance. Um, Oh, wow, you look back really far.
Jay's a finder too. She finds things.
Yeah.
Very good.
Anyway, so the monstrums in the single player, they serve pretty much as bosses that you will fight, and when you encounter them, they actually are the different stages of grief represented in a monstrous form. Um, yep, she's finding everything.
Yep.
Um, and when you fight them, you will get the choice to either kill them or let them go. And depending on what you do will be the end result of the story, and that is what happens to the monstrums. You either let them go or they die by your hand. So it's probably more than I've ever revealed about the single player.
So essentially, you get the good ending or the bad ending.
Yes. Well, and if I can go into more detail about it, with them being the different stages of grief, throughout the fights and whatnot, you will hear this is the plan. You will hear different voice lines from Dr. Soredia talking about their grief. Then, of course, at the end, you kind of get the decision of, hey, do you want to kill this creature or do you want to let it live? And depending on your answers, it's supposed to represent you either embracing your grief and going through the different stages and finally overcoming your grief, or you're not ready to get over it yet and you want to keep fighting it. So that's just how that's kind of broken down.
The gift that Jay posted actually brought up a question. Will
Hmm.
actions have consequences?
And the single player, yes.
Hmm.
Multiplayer, no. You're all just in a chaotic pit at that point. There's no point in doing
We're gonna throw you in the
consequences.
pit. Yes.
Anything wake related I could go over that's new. Oh
Hmm.
wait, my favorite creature. I never got to do that.
No, you
So
never
we got
did.
off topic. Yeah, hold on.
It might not have been answered immediately, but he gets to it eventually.
I do at some point. Yaramayo, honestly,
Oh yeah,
that is my favorite.
that little filler.
Yep, little creepy guy.
Mm-hmm. There's
Oh,
so
you've been
many.
doodling Spiny Devil? Nooks, you
She's
should put in
so
your bio,
obsessed.
#1 Spiny Devil fan.
Yes. And if anybody asks you what it's about, point them to Wake.
Actually,
Hmm.
fun fact, you may enjoy hearing this, Nooks. As far as like which creature may come in next after Hollowbeak, Spiny Devil is like right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Spiny. In fact, I think Spiny is going to be the one that we're going to experiment the skin system on,
Oh, is
possibly.
it? I see.
Yeah, because when we were doing work the other day, um, Jean put in the Spiny Devil's UV wrap into the chat, so I'm
Oh yeah.
assuming we're doing that one, but I don't know. We could do Hollowbeak. No idea. I leave that up to Casper and Jean.
Yes. Which we're going through the stream this week on the what is it, the 4th?
Yeah, fourth.
And then next week we're not gonna have a Wednesday stream. So that Cass can work with Jean on stuff. And we may or may not have a Friday stream this week. It just depends on what's happening. I almost said that Moonlight's schedule got switched around.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They were looking forward to coming.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, they couldn't come.
Mm-hmm. Feels bad, man.
Hmm. Well, we got 40 more minutes. See if anybody shows up.
True. Hmm.
You know, the last one, though, funnily enough, it was like last 30 minutes, people just started pouring in and asking questions.
Oh yeah. What's your least favorite creature?
Ooh.
In.
Uh,
Mm.
let's see. Least favorite. This is really hard. This is like looking at your children and going, which one of you do I have to say that I don't like?
I said that's like asking me what my least favorite reptile is.
Oh,
Oof.
uh, I think I've got one in mind, but I need to look at it because it's not that the design is bad, it's just that I personally do not like that creature. Okay, I might have two in mind.
Oh.
Let me see which one's more ugly to me. Thought we had more done. Maybe not. Uh,
What are you doing, soft fluff?
See, the other hard part about this too is that all the designs have to pass through me, which means have to be happy with each design.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't like say that I don't like a design because I have to approve every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Ripplebeak.
Oh.
Yeah. I just even though ironically I have it as my icon right now.
Irony.
Just not a fan of Ripplebeak, honestly.
Ooh, that actually gives me kind of an idea. Let
Good
me
idea.
DM you real quick.
Oh damn me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Why did Discord decide to switch Ice and Smokey in the audience? That was really weird.
It do be weird like that sometimes. Everybody's kind of shifted over a little bit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Jay used to be on the end there, but now she's like middle.
Yeah. She's in the middle with Cass. Very
Yeah.
good. I feel that ice. If Hollowbeak was a sandwich.
Hollowbeak was a sandwich? What does that even mean?
Take care, Truestone.
Bye, True.
Thanks for being here with us. We appreciate it. So,
32 more minutes.
ow. Here's sort of a question. Starting out in either multiplayer or single player, do you start out as an egg or do you start out as the creature?
You start out as the creature. There are no eggs or babies.
Gotcha.
Unlike other dinosaur or creature survival games, we do not have growth. We have a progression system instead.
Mm-hmm.
However, I know that the community wants it, and they want things like nesting and whatnot. So there will be a game mode or an option in server options where you can turn that on if you want.
Ooh.
But by default, it will not be on.
Hey, Apareon.
Yes.
You can't. Oh. Alright, words.
What?
Yeah. Uh, could you tell us about some of the abilities in Wake?
Sure. Which ones would you like to know about?
Just pick a few and go from
Because
there.
otherwise, that's like 100 plus abilities.
Pick like 3 or 4 and do that.
Hmm.
I can roll a dice if I need to.
All right, audience, y'all tell me which ones should I do?
Or pick some of your favorite ones and do that if they can't think of any.
Oh no, I'm gonna make them think of something.
Okay.
Because again, that's 100 plus abilities.
True.
I cannot go through that many.
Jay said difference between armor plating and thick hide.
Ah, armor plating is. Let me do thick hide first. Thick hide is basically a passive that does damage reduction and also blocks specific statuses. Right now, it's kind of up in the air which statuses it hinders or blocks, but it will be there. And then armor plating is a resource essentially, and it refills over time, or if you consume specific things, it refills. Armor plating will completely block certain statuses, but also depletes every time you do that. Exactly, defense boost versus overshield. Armor plating is essentially an overshield for you, whereas the thick hide is just a defense boost.
Ice asks how we equip abilities. You said some are passive, so I assume you have to equip some. You mean like how Path does theirs in a sense? Yeah.
So, for your regular abilities, this all ties into the perk system. So we don't do it like path would do it, for example, where you like can select which ability you're going to use where. For your attacks, those are set, and then also your two abilities are always set. However, with perks, you can modify what abilities do, and for your passives, if you have a passive or not, because not all creatures have a passive like that. Some of them don't, and you have to go through the perk tree to get one. Um, then once you unlock it on the perk tree, that is the passive that you have. And then for the abilities, if you modify them, as long as you have that modifier equipped, they will do what the modifier directs and not what the ability originally does. All creatures have perks. That's actually how you get to your evolutions, is you have to go through the perk tree to get to your next evolution.
All right. What are a couple other abilities you can think of right off the top of your head, or that you can talk about?
Hmm. What am I allowed to speak on?
Hmm.
Oh, that's right, because you know what? A lot of abilities haven't been revealed to the public as far as like what they do. Their names are revealed, but not their effect.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. What can I talk about?
Hmm. Uh. Actually, have I'm not sure if we've released anything on statuses.
We did. They're mentioned by name, but not as far as what they do.
I see.
And I have actually gone over that in past Q&As, but I am more than happy to go over it again because they've actually changed a little bit.
Ooh.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to my page.
Not everything is set in stone. Things change as time passes.
Yep, Jay's got it on there where all of them are listed out. There are a couple that are missing from that list, but that's because either A, their effect is kind of the same as one of those, or B, the status exists, but it's not assigned to anything. So,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
so let's see. So statuses themselves, you have inflamed, frozen, electrified, soaked, oiled, poisoned, paralyzed, drowsy, venom, starving, dehydrated, overheating, freezing, exhausted, trapped, webbed, slimed, tremor, bleeding, laceration, fractured, bruised, hallucinating, confused, hypnotized, stunned, blinded, deafened, dazed, food poisoning, infection, and radiation. And you can add to that terror and acid burn. It's a huge list.
My brain was like, wait, whoa, 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 slow down a little bit.
It is a lot of statuses, and again, like Ace said, they're all subject to change. So even though you hear the status now, it might disappear in the future,
Mm-hmm.
or there might be a name change or something.
Hello.
And all the statuses play off of each other differently as well. It's not just a system where you've got one and the other, and that's it. So, like for example, you might have heard somewhere in there the poison status versus the venom status, and those are different. Poison does damage over time, whereas venom is just an enhancing status. So for some of those on the list that you heard, they don't actually do anything by themselves, but they do enhance a already existing status. So if you have that enhancer, it makes the status either last longer, do more damage, whatever it may be.
Is there anything you want to talk about Apareon? Just to kind of get it out there?
Let's see. Hmm, not really. Well, I mean, let's see. Just generally speaking, we're getting very close to getting the demo out. Hollowbeak is almost finished. At that point, we need to wait on level design, those tweaks from the sound design team that I wanted, And then from there, it's just kind of shipping the product out, and
Mm-hmm.
then we can get the demo out at least, not the game.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the hands of the QA testers and us, and we all get to experiment and see how we can break the game.
Ooh. I think a lot of people are. Because a lot of people have been waiting for this for a few years now.
Yeah. I want to be clear, by the way, the demo may not have multiplayer. So at first, the demo may just be you in a world. So just putting that out there.
So be prepared.
Because our network programmer, we haven't, they haven't been able to do any work in a long time. So, if it happens, it happens.
Mm-hmm. True, but I
Yep, we
mean, you
do.
could still drag people into it. It's not like it's gonna be like a closed beta sort of thing.
Well, the QA testing part, yeah.
Well, that part, yes. But I mean, once we actually get the demo out to you guys.
Oh, yeah. Because the demo is just supposed to be a demonstration of our skills and what
Mm-hmm.
we kind of have planned. It's not supposed to be, this is going to be the full experience.
Right. Alright, it is noon.
All right. Time's up.